Hey everybody, welcome to match day 3. Couldn't do match day 2 because I had an early start yesterday at work and just didn't have time to lay anything down. Did get a win with 6, but had bad defense. So anyway, let's see how we can do today. All right, here comes travel 2, part 3. On 12 April 2013, Justin Bieber famously toured what attraction, signing its guest book before he left? This could be anything. I know that I remember that Justin Bieber either met the Pope or performed for the Pope or maybe just visited the Vatican. I don't know if that was 2013. I don't know a lot of things, but at the very least, I know Justin Bieber's been to the Vatican and it was pretty famous, I think. So I'm going to say that. I have no confidence that that's right. It could be White House. There's just so many things it could be, but that's what I'm going to go with. And yeah, okay. Expo 2015 closed in Milan on 31st October 2015. On 10th June 2017, Expo 2017 will open in what Central Asian city, a landlocked country's capital? Well, all right. It turns out, so Central Asia basically is Afghanistan, then the Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan kind of area of the world. And I'm sure it's not Kabul. Although I believe Afghanistan is technically landlocked. A lot of these countries in Central Asia are landlocked but touch the Caspian Sea, but the Caspian Sea isn't really a sea, really. So they're still considered landlocked because, you know, that's really a lake. And anyway, I believe the largest landlocked country in the world is Kazakhstan. The capital of that is Astana. And since I have nothing better to go with, and I know that they've been trying to host the Winter Olympics, like I think Almaty has been on there for like several iterations. Like that means that they may be up for hosting international type events. So I'm going to go with Astana because that is the capital of Kazakhstan. It is, like, I don't know, someday you'll very frequently hear Kazakhstan come up as largest landlocked country, like as a little bit of an association clue. So if Kira's going for the, you know, most aggressive clue with landlocked country, then Kazakhstan and Astana would be the answer. So that's what I'm going to go with. Again, I am not positive. It seems, I mean, based on how much anybody cares about the World's Fair anymore, like it gets so much more play in trivia than it does in really anything else. So I should probably always know where the next World Expo is going to be, and it isn't something I've tended to collect, but that may be a good thing to do going forward. 3. Going to the Sun Road, which crosses the Continental Divide at Logan Pass, is the primary road through what park? The U.S. portion of a transboundary UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay. This one makes sense. So there's a national park that also borders a Canadian national park. And that one here, I mean, if it crosses the Continental Divide too, yeah. So this is going to be Glacier, I think, National Park. And there's a Canadian park on the other side of the border whose name I have no idea what it is. Could be Glacier, but I don't think it is. So that's what I'm going with. That's just some basic national parks knowledge. It's kind of worth having that if you can, especially on the big ones. I think Glacier is definitely a sort of top, I don't know, 25 asked about national park. Could be even higher than that. It's a relatively early one, and also just a major deal. 4. What country's ban on polyethylene bags means that single-use plastic sacks may be confiscated from your luggage upon your arrival at Kigali International Airport? While the polyethylene bag fact is interesting, this is just where's Kigali, and the answer to where's Kigali is Rwanda. Interesting. I wonder why they have a ban on plastic bags. Can they be made into things? Have to look that up. I'm interested. Okay. 5. What term, derived from the Greek for standing block, refers to tall, typically ornamented or inscribed slabs like the one seen here from Copan, a small Mayan site in western Honduras that is famous for them? Okay. Good news is I know a little bit about the Maya. I've seen these things before. These are called steles, S-T-E-L-E. You'll see these in Egypt and Babylon as well. In those cases, they're often shaped like that classic obelisk shape. But yeah, basically this is a heavily decorated, I don't know, pillar is the wrong word, just a heavily decorated straight up thing. I don't know if a totem pole counts as a stele or not, but it's in the same vein. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and say stele. That's just one of those cool words from art history. Anyway, shown here are the airline junior wings of what airline? I used to love those things, which ceased operations in 1991, but recommenced them under new management and on a much smaller scale in 2015. Well, I didn't hear this story off the top of my head. Ah, good. Well, that is an airline. I am sure I had a pair of these guys. I think, up and down the eastern seaboard, this was Eastern Airlines. I know I flew them to Florida with my parents a couple times to visit my grandparents when I was a kid. And of course, when you're a kid, everything makes a big impression. When I was a kid, there were, I was here in North Carolina for a time, also in Michigan for a time. But my first flights, I remember, are from North Carolina, and we had Eastern Airlines and Piedmont Airlines, neither of which are still around. So I was interested. Okay, well, I'm allergic to Piedmont Airlines, apparently. There's still a museum for Piedmont Airlines over in the Greensboro airport, which I have not visited, but have heard good things about. Anyway, all right, let's try to assign these. Okay. So I am playing against Follow Mike Duvall himself from Jeopardy Twitter fame. Seems like a very nice guy. I have not met him in person, I don't think. But yeah, seems like a nice guy. Anyway, I do notice that his lowest two totals are world history and art. And if that's not a better indication for steel, I don't know what is. My guess is, though, as a guy who studied for Jeopardy recently, he knows the capital of Rwanda. And I think that compared to these other questions, that's the easiest one that I could give. He's from Massachusetts, or is now anyway. If he were from Montana, I'd probably have different opinions about what to do with Glacier. I'm just looking for any other indication. His current events is like 500, which is about average for the format. And his pop music is pretty good, but that doesn't necessarily he means the activity of Justin Bieber. But if Vatican occurred to me and is right, my guess is that one's kind of easy. As far as landlocked capital, Astana, that's a guess for me. I may be wrong. I'm going to put a 2 on it. Here's where age would help. I don't know how far north Eastern Airlines went. I don't know if you could. I mean, I'm assuming rather far, but I don't know if you flew him out of Logan Airport, But I don't know that he's actually from that area either. So I'm not sure what to do. So the questions I've got it between are Glacier National Park, which is a national park, and Eastern Airlines, which is a semi-obscure old airline. So I'm thinking even if somebody flew Eastern, they might not remember that logo. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 2 on that. I'm going to put a 1 on Glacier. I have convinced myself to do these things. And we're going to see how we did. Okay. He did not tour the Vatican at that time. He toured the Anne Frank house instead, which is hilarious. I kind of is April 12th a thing? I'm not aware that it is. So anyway. Okay. Astana, Glacier, Rwanda, Stella. Okay. I feel like Stel E is going to be acceptable. I'm not sure there's a difference between the two. I'm going to do something I've never done on here before and Google that. Okay. Oh, it looks like they're the same. A steel or stela. Okay. Good. I was worried. Because that is definitely steel and stela, at least the way I would pronounce them, are certainly pronounced differently. So I was worried I might lose credit for that, but it looks like we're going to be okay. All right, so we did miss the Justin Bieber question. I wish I had put more points on that because I do feel like that's a little bit hard because I think you have to note a specific date because I'm sure Justin Bieber did other stuff too. But okay, all right. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we are gonna see you. Well, my hope is I can do at least one of the 1 days this weekend because I will be home and there's no reason for me not to. So that should be fun. Anyway, see y'all soon. Bye.